We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam 6.5.43. Hare Krishna. Tantu kruddan yannastvam bhadramacharah punaha tasmallokeshu te mudha na bhavedramata padam. You have made me, the translation is as follows: You have made me lose my sons once, and now you have again done the same inauspicious thing. Therefore, you are a rascal who does not know how to behave towards others. You may travel all over the universe. I curse you to have no residence anywhere. In this canto of sixth Bhagavatam, 10th canto, fifth chapter, and 43rd verse, Daksha Prajapati, he was uh, Daksha Prajapati, when he was increasing his progeny, he begot 10,000 sons in the womb of his wife. And Narad Muni asked them all to remain, he didn't want them to get married. And um, so they listened to him, and after that, Daksha Prajapati wanted to increase more progeny and increase more population. So he again sent for, he wanted to create again. So this time again, when he saw that his plan is not getting successful and Narad Muni is the cause of it, he cursed Narad Muni. That is the story before this. Now we'll see next what is in the purport. Because Prajapati Daksha was a Grahamedi who wanted to remain in household life, he thought if Narad Muni could not remain in one place but had to travel all over the world, that would be a great punishment for him. So Daksha Prajapati was Grihamedi and he wanted to remain in life. So he cursed Narad Muni so that he would not be able to stay at any one place, and so hence he traveling all over the world would be a great punishment to him. Actually, such a punishment is a boon for a creature. So Narad Muni is traveling all over the Brahmandas. He's traveling all over the Brahmandas, and he is like a messenger. He informs well in advance to people about the advent of the Lord. When is he going to take avatar and all, etc. That is Narad Muni's job, running errands from one place to another, and thus he travels all over the Brahmandas. So actually, now he was cursed by Daksha Prajapati. Daksha Prajapati cursed him, but such curse doesn't affect the saintly people and who are austere in their lives. Why is it? Now they take it as the Lord's wish. So there is no agony in accepting anybody's curse. So what do? They accept such a punishment as a boon, and since he is preaching glories of the Lord, traveling all around, so for him, it is become a great boon because now he'll not sit at one place, and hence he'll have to move from place to place, and there will be no impediment in spreading the glories of the Lord. Now here it is said that here it is said that Prajapati cursed Narad Muni by saying that although he had the facility to travel all over the universe, he would never be able to stay in one place. This is the how Daksha Prajapati cursed Narad Muni. Just I heard one thing in this context, that a fly who travels over the field sits in the drinks the sweet nectar from the flower, and there is also a fly who sits on the dirt, but the real fly flies over the dirt to sit on the beautiful flower which is full of nectar. So, even if there are thousand impediments, the one who has his goal fixed will always reach the destination without getting affected by whatever impediments that could be thrown in the path. So, Daksha Prajapati cursed Narad Muni, and now, so this So here the author Prabhupada is relating his life's incidents uh, to this curse of Daksha Prajapati to Narad Muni. He says, here the author Prabhupada says that he feels that he is also being cursed by the parents of his own disciples. That is why he thinks that he is not able to stay in one place and needs to always travel from one place to another to finish his task. And he is saying that in if he could transfer this curse of the parents of the disciples to the young preachers if they were ready and willing to travel all over the world preaching for the work of preaching. So the curse of inflicted on the saintly and the austere people does not affect them. They accept it willingly and think it is the mercy of the Lord and not a suffering. Hare Krishna.